Hello and welcome to another edition of the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Tricia Pichette. With me is Commissioner Rick Wilson, and for Commissioner Wilson's programs, he's decided to shine a spotlight on the different towns and cities within his district. What do you have for us today, Commissioner?
Well, today I've got Mr. Mayor Fultz from Lake Wales, and this has been a great, thing that I kind of came up with, showcasing our towns in my district, and started out with Bartow, of course, that's my hometown, and then wanted to do our, Lake Wales. That's the next closest to me, really, and that's why I wanted to bring in Mr. Fultz, the mayor of Lake Wales, and it's something I really look forward to. But they got some great things going on there, and Mayor Fultz, why don't you tell us a little bit about the revitalization plan that you have going on?
All right. Well, thank you very much for having me, because this is something that we have taken a look at over months, and something that we definitely wanted to accomplish this time. One time before, it was talked about but never done. This revitalization plan is going to change the face of Lake Wales. It's going to change many things that are going on. It's going to bring in more businesses to that downtown area, because it's called Lake Wales Connected. And Lake Wales Connected is going to actually redo everything downtown that we've got. Park Avenue, the other Stewart Avenue, the main streets that run through there, and it's going to be connected by First Street over to the northwest sector. And the northwest sector of the city is predominantly African American, and at one time that was a mecca for the blacks in the city, because they had everything in that area up and down Lincoln Avenue except the bank. But of course, that all went away. So now we're trying to connect the whole city as one, using First Street as our connector. And by doing so, everybody in the city can say that this is my city, and there is no division or separation.
Nice. Now, one of the things you did was hire a very prestigious planning firm to help you.
Absolutely. Dover Cole is one of the best. They have done work all over this country, and if I'm not mistaken, possibly a few places outside of the country as well. They are award-winning designers. And when they came up with the design, I think everybody was pretty happy with it. And we involved the public with it. We had workshops to where everyone came in and they looked at the plans and decided this is what we want. And by doing that, that keeps us connected, not only through the physical side of the city, but in our mental side too. All of us are looking at driving and pushing towards the same place.
Now, Commissioner, when we spoke with the mayor of Bartow, you said how important it was to you, businesses in the downtown area. So this must be good for you to hear.
I'm sure it is. Like in downtown Bartow area, just by doing these things, the businesses just strive off of it. And it makes it better for them, especially with the economy or what's been going on here in the last year or so. So downtowns, I love it, because the downtowns in all the cities, they're all got plans, and they're coming back. For a long time we were moving things away from downtown, and other roads would come in and change that. But now we're looking at this kind of stuff, and we got a lot of great, just like Lake Wales, old buildings down there that's got a lot of history to them, just like in my hometown. And when they get revitalized, this is really good. And when you have a good plan and have people like you there and your staff there in Lake Wales, it makes it work.
Outstanding. Yes, it does. I can say that the person that we hired for our downtown person, and I can say that the downtown development group came together, and when they start raising hundreds of thousands of dollars themselves to put into that program, to pay for the design, to see things coming in. We've got people that are coming in, as you said, with the virus that came in. It kind of slowed things down, but it didn't stop anything, because we've got new restaurants coming in. We've got a place coming in that's going to be family friendly, but it's actually going to be kind of like a beer garden. And I think that people are really going to see that Lake Wales is trying to grow the best way that it possibly can, and not just looking at one sector of the city, but including everybody in these plans. And the Lake Wales Connected plan also is dealing with our recreation as well, because this is one thing that we have really been working on. This is the first time we put together a master plan for recreation. And we're talking about connecting all of the trails that we've got in Lake Wales, from the downtown area, from Park Avenue down to Big Lake Wales, around Big Lake Wales, back up to the History Museum. So we're looking at some really big things that are taking place. And if we could tie in Bok Tower Gardens and try to get us something like what do you call them? Some kind of tram, a traffic, thing, bus or something that would go up to Bok Tower and then back around the areas downtown. I think eventually that's going to happen.
Excellent.
So we're looking for big things there.
Fantastic.
Revitalizing these towns is, something I love seeing. And some, especially in my district. Of course, I love my district, but it's just, bringing these new businesses.
Yes.
And when you bring new businesses, it helps the community. And then just like you said, your downtown people, then they'll start having events there, and it just helps those businesses grow. And more people come down there. It's a chain reaction, and it's really good. It's really great.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel as though this is probably the biggest step that Lake Wales has taken since I've lived there. I've been there for 20 years now. And out of the 20 years, we have actually pushed forward. I've been the mayor for, this is my 8th year. I've got 1 year left on this term. But in that 8 years, I've seen dramatic things change in that city. And I think that some of the things that we have done now, becoming more business friendly, making it easier for people to get those permits as they come in, and them seeing us now as that friendly entity. Right. They're coming in because we're looking at possibly 1,690 more homes that are going in there with 3 different developments. And this is going to open more doors, because when you start looking at rooftops, you're talking about some of the quality restaurants, you're talking about some of the other business people that want to come in and take advantage of those numbers. So we're headed in the right direction.
Yes, it is the right direction. I've lived in Polk County all my life, and used to some of these towns. They're great towns, they were great people. And they were small towns, and you had your stores that had been there for years, your little grocery stores and stuff, and it's pretty neat to see how things is changing. And the main reason is people are moving here to this county, and especially in your town. They like it, it's nice, and they have the things that they want. It's a small town atmosphere, but with a lot of big hearts and people, and that's what works.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, with the things that are going to be taking place there, we want to be a multimodal transportation area too. And with Citrus Connection coming through there, various stops throughout the city, and us doing those trail connectors, we're actually opening it up for the walkers and for the bicyclists, because now they can actually, and we plan to connect all of those, don't we? Through Bartow, all the way through Lake Wales, so people can actually, those who are inclined to ride those bicycles that far, to ride as far as they want, north, south, east, or west through Polk County, and still get some of the most beautiful scenery that they've ever seen before in their lives.
I see a lot of them riding electric bikes now, so they can do it if they do.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Well, that's all the time we have for this program, but take some advice here. Go through Lake Wales, see what's happening. It sounds like we're really heading in the right direction in Lake Wales. Yes,
please come visit us, because I believe that we will start breaking ground, and you'll begin to see things change possibly by the summer of 2021. And as you see things change, I think you'll be surprised yourself to see how well Lake Wales has put it together and how well we've planned it. And financially, we didn't strain ourselves to do it.
Excellent.
Right. Mayor Fultz, I appreciate you coming and doing this and giving us some information on your great city.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We appreciate that. And we appreciate our moderator.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the Commissioner's Report.